Hello everyone, welcome to today's live stream. Shivam, welcome you all to Strike's daily live stream. So, as you all can see, today's topic, which I'm going to focus upon, is sentiment analysis because I'm seeing many of the sentiment indicators that we use are approaching the relevant zones that we can get a deeper insight into that. So, without any delay, first we'll have a look at the sentiment indicators and then I'll give a gist of about today's session and we'll try to scan some stocks as well. So let me share my screen. So I'm jumping into the sentiment indicators sections in Strike. You all can log on to web.strike.money to use these indicators. These are not available anywhere else. So you can use and do your own analysis on Strike platform itself. So the first is when first indicator that I'm going to look at is the FII's net index futures positions. So what that means is the all the long contracts that FIIs hold in index futures less all the short contracts and the net number that we get each day that is plotted here. So right as of Monday's close, note that this data is updated on EOD when the data is received from the exchange. So as of Monday's close, the data is at negative 42,000 contracts. So FIs are short to the extent of 42,000 contracts in index futures. Now, if we are to draw a horizontal line about around this level, this is one, yeah, and another one is around here. So let me just make them more visible. So as you can see, this is the zone which got respected throughout this bull market phase of Nifty, and only in the sideways sort of phase, this level was breaking down significantly, and the FIs were building even more short positions. So this is a very significant zone right now where we are. If we see recovery from here, so that the FIs start to cover their shorts in index futures, then this is where we can expect a short term or a medium term bottom in the market. So this explains that from a bull market perspective, we are at the bottom end of the range in terms of the number of contracts held in index futures. Now, the same way, if we look at the percentage long, which means all the long contracts divided by total number of positions, that give us the percentage of FIs long. So we can see that 80 to 75 to 85 is the zone here from where they start reducing their longs and go back to very less short positions. So the same pattern here, if we try to draw a line here, then you can see uh, it's around the 40 mark where it gets respected mostly during the larger trends, and from there we see a short term or a medium term bottom in the market. So as of Monday, this number is at 39, 38.99 to be exact, and right around that zone. So it is a crucial mark for it to reverse from here. And in today's session, the market is trading mostly flat, not much positive, not much negative. So we need to see how it closes. And on the EOD, once you get this data here updated, that is when uh, we can further have a look that whether or not they're building more shots or just started to cover. So you can see all different kinds of participants position you can track here, be it client, be it DIIs, which is domestic institutional investors, or the prop account. So if you look at the client, which is usually the reverse of FIs, they build longs on the way down, and in terms of this we can still see some room is there. So you can see one zone is around here and the other one is probably here, this one, yeah. So we've entered that zone, and the extreme reading, it can still go a bit above to around 80 to 90,000 contracts, from where it is an extreme position and we see a short term reversal in the markets. So if you have any questions regarding this sentiment indicators that I am showing, just drop in on a comment. and I will take all the questions. Meanwhile, I'll share one more observation from the put call ratio. So I've discussed this in previous live streams as well, that in terms of the open interest put call ratio that we calculate for the whole market, that is all puts and calls, and give it a 9-day moving average. So it makes a smooth indicator that we can check for overbought and oversold zones. So you can see usually it is the zero point 0.8 mark, this one where I'm drawing a line which gets respected in the bull trends. But right now we are even lower, around 0.75 as of Monday, and you can see we have almost touched the lower end, that is the oversold zone on the put call ratio. So this explains that the sentiment in terms of options data is quite bearish and almost to the extreme end of the data. So we need to be careful with the short positions here and look for a possible reversal. So this is how we interpret certain data. You look at the plot the data against Nifty and see how it has behaved during the past trends, be it a bullish trend or a sideways market or a bearish market. So you can just judge the behavior of the data and try to extrapolate the same during the current conditions. Now the same thing I would like to show you based on the ARC momentum indicator. That is a proprietary indicator developed by our founder, Mr. Rohit, the Rohit momentum indicator, on which we just check whether or not the momentum is increasing or decreasing for the FNO stocks. So that is plotted as a percentage. So for example, when the number is at 10 or 20, that means only 20% stocks have a rising momentum in that session. So that that gives us oversold and overbought zones in the very short term, and one can track those in the market. So this data is also as of previous close as of now, which is at 22. So we are working to get this data in real time very shortly so that one gets to know what's the figure for today before the market close. Because numbers like below 20 can give us a very sharp recovery, and there is a very good opportunity there. So this is a quick dive into sentiment based on different positioning, the momentum, as well as put call ratio. I'd like to show you something on the diffusion indicators as well. So a different version of the swing, wherein we are just checking whether the RMI indicator is in a bullish mode or a bearish mode. So you can see when this number drops to around 20, which means only 20% of Nifty stocks are showing bullish crossover. So that is when we have seen short-term bottoms form in the market, right here, again here, and we are again around that 20 marks. So this is a good zone for it to reverse. If it doesn't, then we need to wait and watch for it to fall down further to the 10 mark and then again reverse. So we're already in the lower territory for this particular indicator. If we try to look at the same indicator for Nifty 500, then it is slightly different because it has not reached the extreme end even the previous two times, and it is hovering around there only. So this basically means that the broader market has been quite strong than the headline indices, which is the Nifty itself, and that is visible across different indicators like percentage of stocks above given moving average as well. So if we look at just the percentage of stocks which are trading above their 20-day moving average, you will see that only 36% of Nifty stocks are trading above that level for now, and it had fell to around 30 as well. So from a moving averages point of view, it it is showing that the participation is less in the Nifty at least, and in the broader context, in Nifty 500, still 48% of the stocks are still above their 20-day averages. Even though it looks like a breakdown here, if you look like this by drawing a line that we have broken down below this range, but it needs to be seen whether there is a follow-up action from the price itself. It means the price of Nifty 500, or we reverse right here from right this zone and head back to the overbought zone again. So it has to be confirmed with the price action as well for us to give a clean signal. So that's pretty much it. How to look at sentiment and diffusion indicators. Now we'll look at today's action and see what's trending in today's market. So the session is kind of mixed with the Nifty 550 both being flat. You can see around half of the stocks are positive and half of the stocks are negative in both Nifty 50 and 500. And in terms of FNO stocks, more stocks are in currently short build-up category than long build-up. So it is mixed kind of an action. And in terms of options data, the highest photo is seen at 19,400, which is around where the Nifty is trading. I think no, it's trading slightly above that. So it the the strikes that have high call wise also 400 and then Nifty and the 19,500. So these are the crucial levels for the market to cross in order to sustain. And in terms of Bank Nifty, you can see 44,000 has the highest call OI and current spot levels are around 43,933. So 44,000 is a crucial resistance for the Bank Nifty to cross and be able to sustain for a sustained rally. So let us go to today's heat map and see from where the action is coming. So I'm seeing Nifty reality at the top and Nifty next 50 at the bottom, surprisingly. So again, next 50 means the basically the 50 stocks after Nifty 50. So action is quite subdued there in the large caps, but in the small caps, you can see micro cap index is at the second. Again, PSC index, which is the public sector enterprises, is at the third. Even IT and auto are positive as well. In terms of upcoming earnings, the earnings season is almost over, so there are not much results coming in the next few days. It's mostly empty, and so yeah. So let's have a look at the charts of Nifty and Bank Nifty itself. So this is the daily chart of Nifty. We have been looking at this particular trend line for us to give a clear signal. You can see it is still quite a bit away. And in terms of moving averages, the 30 and 20, it is below 20 and 30 both moving averages. And if you look at exponential averages, then it has taken support at right at the 40-day exponential average two or three times now. So it's holding above that. So it remains a crucial level in the short term. To look at the proprietary setup, you can go to charts and click on Rohit setup. Here you will get the trade setup that Rohit sir uses, wherein we have the proprietary RMI indicator, the trend based on Dow theory, which is higher high, higher lows or lower highs and lower lows, 20-day average and the 40-day exponential average. So as of now, you can see on the daily time frame, only 40-day average is held. So there only one of the four parameters are positive, rest all are in negative territory. And if we go further lower on the hourly time frame, then we can see, yeah, it's loading. So then we can see that in Monday session, we got the new buy signal from the RMI as well as the Dow trend. And right now, Nifty is trying to hold above its 20-hour average, and the next resistance is at the 40-hour exponential average around 19,466. That is a crucial level to watch out for. Let's go to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is, as we have already discussed, it's weaker than the Nifty. RSI almost at 34.7, which is quite low, almost approaching the 30 mark. So 35 is also fairly low in terms of the setup. Going to daily first. Yeah. So all the four parameters are negative here, no clear signal as of now. In terms of the hourly chart, you can see the RMI has whipsawed a couple of times into buy and sell, and right now it's trying to hold in buy. But more confirmation comes once the Dow trend also confirms and it is able to cross above the 20-hour average, which is around 44,100. Also note, we just saw in the options data that 44,000 was a crucial resistance. So this 44,000 to 44,100 mark remains a crucial level for the Bank Nifty index. Right. So you can see on the dashboard itself, in I'm seeing around 23 52-week highs and 2 52-week lows. So that explains the strength is still there in the broad market. We are getting way more 52-week highs day over day rather than the 52-week lows. So let's see in the today's scans if we have any interesting signals coming in from the Dow trend or the Rohit scanner. So Dow trend will look for your price action alone, basically whether or not price is forming higher highs or not, and then based on that it assigns a trend reading. So I'm in FNO stocks as of now, and I'm looking for trend changes both up to down as well as down to up. So there are quite a few up to down signals, which means trend is changing from up to down, and very few down to up signals as well, where the trend is indicating at up, which is changing from up, sorry, changing from down to up. And in terms of Rohit scanner, you can just go here and even select your own watch list. As you can see, right now my watch list is selected, so I'm deselecting it for now. And right now again in the FNO basket, and to see if we have any new signals. So we have a lot of new sell signals in the FNO basket on the Rohit momentum indicator. You need to further analyze each setup, whether or not it fits your trade setup or not. But yeah, these are the signals that we are seeing in today's session based on the daily time frame. So if you are a short-term trader, you can also look at the hourly signals as well. So hourly is a even smaller time frame to get even better entry and exits. So yeah, so it's a good idea to always use a combination of two time frames, basically weekly, daily, or daily hourly. But yeah, that's it's how the it's recommended to trade in the direction of the larger trend. So since reality is at top, let's see if the chart of Nifty reality itself has anything interesting for us. So it is trying to form a bullish candlestick in today's session. It is also below all key moving averages and support. So let's directly go to the setup and see if there is any signal. So it is trying to close above the first factor, that is the 40-day average, and the rest of the indicators are still in bearish mode. But for those who follow Elliott wave, you can see a clear three-way fall here and then a possible positive close. And in terms of hourly setup, yeah, so the hourly setup also looks good. It's trying to cross the 40-hour average, above which the all the four confirmations get confirmed on the hourly chart at least. So this is an index to watch out for in the short term. So if you have any questions regarding strike or any of the tools shown here, just put in a comment and we'll discuss those. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. So I'll be back tomorrow with again something new and interesting on strike itself, so we can uh, analyze on the live session, and you guys can take it forward and analyze on your own on the Strike platform. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.